So hello everyone, welcome back. This is IcyCupRealCoon here for Root Gaming's YouTube page at youtube.com/rootgaming. Also visit our webpage at root-gaming.com, and you'll be able to register at the forums and talk to the members of Root Gaming. We are on Lost Temple with Catz as the orange Zerg up against Silver as the green Terran, who's complaining about not having big enough hands. That's interesting. So he has a hard time with the hotkeys sometimes. So maybe he has dinky hands. I don't know. But we do have cross positions on Lost Temple. As Cat says, he wishes Blizzard wasn't so dumb. Yes, please, chat channels. We do want them, Blizzard. And it looks like Silver's gonna 9-racks at the bottom of his ramp. Pretty standard Silver play versus Zerg. Not really that unexpected. He does this a decent amount. Probably see him drop a gas, follow that up with a factory right about here. If he does place them well enough, it does wall it off. And yeah, so we'll have to see if he does in fact do that. But Catz is just getting his drones out, waiting to see if he will go for a hatch first on Lost Temple. Probably not on Lost Temple. It's a pretty Terran-y map. It'd be a little bit risky to do it here on LT. So Silver is getting his supply depot up. No sign of a refinery yet, actually. Just going to pump some Marines off of this barracks for now. Get his orbital command up. Could be going for Marine fast expand, I guess. Skipping the gas and just going single racks, get some Marines out, and fast expand. Not entirely sure, as Catz does drop his spawning pool and the gas at the same time. So probably be opening up with some aggressive Zergling speed, delaying his expansion just a little bit, just to make sure he's safe, as that's pretty standard against Terran these days. And I do believe this will be under 15 minutes, but I'm not sure. So I'm just going to go straight through and risk it. Silver, sending out his first couple of Marines, actually trying to put some pressure onto Catz. 2 Marines rallied in. Third one on the way, building a bunker right in his base in a very ballsy spot. It looks like he probably is going to be able to get that SV out of here. We delay him long enough that there will be Zerglings out at least. First Marine is in the base, so Catz is going to have to pull more workers in order to defend this. So that bunker was really just to force Catz to pull a bunch of drones, delay his build, and delay his economy a little bit. Nice control there by the drones, killing the Marine. He's not really going to be able to finish this bunker, I do not think. SV is really close to going down. Couple more hits. There it goes. So Silver's going to have to back off. He does look like he is saving for an expansion, as he's almost up to 400 minerals. And Catz starts his Zergling speed and layer pretty close together. Going to be teching and then probably dropping his expansion shortly afterwards. He could be going 1 base muta. Sometimes see that versus Zerg. Silver actually using this nice placement of the gas, while I yawn, to kind of wall off his entranceway. If he wants, he'll be able to drop a bunker there or a supply depot and be able to finish off the wall. But a much more secure wall at the bottom of the ramp than it would be at the top, where banelings would be able to go to town on it. So, Catz working on this layer. Still no sign of an expansion, so it looks like he will be going 1 base muta versus Silver, who's now stockpiling a ton of gas. And with this positioning on this factory, he will be able to drop Tech Lab right here. It will kind of interfere with his gas mining a little later on, but not too much, as he is dropping a bunker here to finish off this wall. So starport on the way for Silver as well. He's just got this interesting wall off that he likes to do. And Catz drops his Spire and his expansion hatchery at the same time. So kind of a 1.5 base muta. Probably drop the gas there as soon as it finishes and pump out as many mutas as he can. A little bit unsure on what Silver's doing, because with Terrans it's a little bit hard to tell, because their tech labs and reactors could move around a bit. So waiting to see what he does with this starport. He's making a medevac, so could be going for an aggressive drop. See that a decent amount these days in Terran versus Zerg. Go for really early 8 Marine drop, that sort of a thing. Spire is a little bit past half done, so Mutas will be out soon. He is stockpiled almost 600 gas, so we will see him saving some minerals soon just to pump out a ton of Mutalisks as soon as that Spire finishes and be able to get his expansion up and running while he's putting pressure on Silver with his Mutas. So, what did he just cancel? Oh, he canceled an add-on on the factory, on the starport, and he's going to start producing a Viking. So here comes a tank and 4 Marines going to drop up onto the cliff of Lost Temple. Can be super annoying, but there are several Mutas on the way. He should be able to save his expansion with these Mutas, I would believe. If he focuses the Marines and then just hits the tank. Being a little bit greedy with his Marines, actually. Gonna try and get these in on the hatchery, so they're gonna be in better position for Catz to drop. As he loads them up in the medevac, pretty dangerous, as he would have had a chance to just kill the medevac there. All the Marines are down. He's just gonna fly away, abandon that tank to die a lonesome death. He's easily able to save his expansion, so this one base Muta is able to defend his hatchery pretty well. He is supply locked because of this Viking that's been flying around, being a pain in the butt. He only has 1 kill so far, but these Mutas are chasing down the medevac. It looks like they will kill it. Silver doesn't have any turrets up. He just has 1 Viking and a couple Marines. So Catz is going to fly around being annoying, picking off workers, and do a decent amount of damage here. These Marines will almost catch that Mutalisk and pick it off. Armory on the way for Silver as he desperately tries to get some turrets up. Catz doing a pretty good job with his harassment. And Silver is still really unable to expand, as he needs to get some turrets up before he's going to be able to float that over. It does look like he will be alright. He did salvage that bunker, which is a little bit of a shame, so it would be rather helpful at this point. If he could just move this barracks like this, have that bunker there, +1 range from the Marines in that bunker, being able to help fight off the Mutas. Catz is going to take his high yield with these Mutalisks as Silver techs up to Thors. Catz is possibly teching up to Hive really quickly. So we could be seeing Mutas and 2 really quick Ultras from Catz in this game. Silver finally getting expansion up and running, calling down some mules. But no, he's actually going for the energy upgrade on the Infestors. So he's going to be getting out some Infestors, oh, and a Hive. So he's still going to be taking up to Hive. Maybe get Ultras out to Fungal, and then Fungal Growth, lock the units in place and let the Ultras go to town on them. Mutalisks are going to fly in and try and catch these units out of position. But he does have a couple of turrets up and a Thor, so he will chase the Mutalisks away rather easily. Catz making his high yield, and Silver makes a Raven. It's a little bit different. Haven't seen Ravens in TVZ very much, as most of the common units in TVZ don't really use projectiles. Roaches, Zerglings, Banelings. Mutas will be cancelled out by a point defense drone. Wouldn't expect to see a Seeker Missile, as it's not too great against Zerg, as they are able to move quickly enough to get the hell away most of the time. Hive is almost done, about 3/4 of the way, making double upgrades, and has 5 Infestors on the way. So with these 5 Infestors, probably gonna get an Ultraless Cavern and then start saving gas to pump a bunch of Ultras. Silver's moving out to try and take his own high yield, but Catz is doing a good job of staying consistently 1 base ahead of him. So if Silver gives him enough time to get these Ultras out in the field, it could be pretty dangerous. Silver's just been pretty passive so far in this game, except for that single drop on the high ground of Catz's natural. Did not work out too well for him, though. Hive is done. Ultraless Cavern being produced over here by the Spire. So I was correct. He's going to go straight to Ultras, and Seeker Missile is upgrading for Silver, so I did not expect that from Silver. But he's in fact going to try and get some Seeker Missiles out on the field. Would be good response to Broodlords, as they're way too slow to get the hell away from them. Muta's taking a few shots from the Marines and Thor, but Catz really just trying to delay until he can get some Ultras out, because get some nice to Fungal Growth, then run the Ultras in, and Silver's not going to have much to fight that. stockpiling a good amount of gas as well in preparation of just hatching a bunch of ultras. He will be able to hatch pretty much 3 straight away. Well, only 2 because he just started some more upgrades as well. So waiting for the ultras to start popping out for Catz. There's the first 2. If he can get a couple more out with the good usage of the infestors, I think he's going to be pretty well advantaged against Silver, who really still doesn't have much of a standing ground army. Just a couple of Marines, a Thor, a few tanks, and 2 Ravens. He's going to be relying on these Seeker missiles a decent amount. But with the Ultras, he could probably just say, soak it. Because the Ultra is probably not going to splash any if you target them with the Seeker missiles. They're just freaking huge. Catz is upgrading the armor upgrade and getting a greater spire as well. So we see 4 Ultralisks in progress. That's a good number at this point with these infestors, and early on in the mid-game. 4 Ultras in decent positioning will be able to tear apart Silver's army and then go move in on his high yield. Silver is looking like he wants to position into the middle of the map, but still just doesn't have much of a force. If you look at the supply differential, Catz is ahead by 70 supply, moving in and hitting the Marines with a fungal growth because there's no medevacs anywhere nearby, so weakening up those Marines quite a bit. If you could get one more fungal in, it would kill them, but he does not want to move in on those sieged tanks. How many ultras does he have out on the field? He has 2 out, 2 more are probably pretty close to hatching. That one's pretty far along, but there we go. 2 ultras coming out on the field. Bunch of speedlings actually managed to circle around the map. Gonna go take out a couple of the isolated forces at this high yield, and then go to town on the workers, doing a bunch of damage, making Silver have to back up. Catz doing an excellent job with these speedlings. Silver just really doesn't have many forces on the field, surprisingly enough. Just way behind on supply, being rather greedy with his economic game. And this is going to buy Catz even more time to get ultras on the field, which is just going to make things even worse when he does get that fungal growth ultralist combination out. I gotta think it's probably going to be instant GG now, as he's not really mining a whole lot, so it's going to be tough for him to catch back up economically. If you look at the income, Catz is almost quadruple him. Well, not quite, but almost triple now. As Silver's just doesn't have much of an army at this point. So really just waiting for Catz to attack. He's loaded up 2 infestors, probably going to drop those on the cliff and do some fungal growth on the SCVs. Taking his sweet time. Well, he gets up to max supply, working on level 2-2 melee and carapace for his ground forces, just to make those ultras a bit stronger. And at this point, usually the longer it goes is better for the Terran, but after doing that excellent Zergling run by, it's going to be better for Catz the longer this goes. So Silver doesn't have much of a force, but he really needs to try and get some drops in. Really use those medevacs, drop all over the place, kill some of these extra hatcheries, really hurt Catz's economy, because if he lets him sit back in macro and leaves his economy alone, I really see no way for him to win this game. 2 Overlords flying in with 2 Infestors each. This one looks like it is going to get taken out. Oh, but the Infestors do drop. There's one fungal growth and another. There's going to be follow-up fungal growths, and all of those workers are dead. Neil will take an extra one. So, is he actually going to fungal that? Does not look like he has enough energy, actually. So he could drop some Infested Terrans, but doesn't look like he's really going to do it. As Catz just makes a bunch of Infested Terrans at the natural over here from the high ground. Gonna soften up this expansion a lot. Again, taking out Silver's mining. Broodlords moving in on this emplacement in the middle. Zerglings and Ultras moving in as well. He's just going to clear this out pretty easily. Fungal growth on the forces, followed by Infested Terrans. Ultralisks tear him up pretty easily. There's the GG. Catz wins that one pretty easily. So make sure you stay tuned to youtube.com/rootgaming and root-gaming.com. Cutting this one pretty close to 15.